Listen up, America. While we're arguing over our own messy privacy patchwork, the Brits are exporting their control-freak nightmare straight into our digital lives. The UK's Online Safety Act, OSA, the 2023 behemoth fully ramping up in 2025 and 2026, isn't just bad policy for the UK, it's a direct violation of core American privacy rights. It dresses up as protecting kids, but forces US tech companies to spy on users worldwide, collect biometrics and IDs, weaken encryption, and censor broad swathes of speech, or face fines that could bankrupt smaller players. This extraterritorial overreach shreds Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable searches, clashes with state laws like California's CCPA, mocks COPPA's kid data limits, and erodes the anonymity that lets people explore ideas privately. You don't have to like every corner of the internet to see this as dangerous. Live and let live means defending freedom for everyone, even if you disagree with what some folks discuss online. By the end of this word tirade, you'll see why we need to tell the UK to keep their act out of our backyard. Let's break down the beast. The OSA imposes a duty of care on platforms to shield users, especially minors, from harmful content, everything from obvious illegal stuff like child exploitation to vague categories like bullying, self-harm promotion, or even harmful but legal material. Platforms must roll out age verification, facial scans, government ID uploads, credit card checks for sites with adult or risky content, proactively scan for threats, including in encrypted chats, and let Ofcom demand encryption backdoors. It applies to any service accessible in the UK, meaning global US giants like Meta, Google, Reddit, and X get dragged in. No UK office needed. British users equals compliance or massive penalties, up to 10% of global revenue. This is straight-up foreign interference in American privacy. The Fourth Amendment guards against warrantless digital searches, as courts ruled in cases like Carpenter v. United States, 2018. Yet the OSA compels US companies to harvest sensitive data, biometrics, locations, browsing histories, from American users just to comply. Platforms can't neatly silo UK users without overhauling everything, so they collect more on everyone. That directly conflicts with COPPA, which bans unauthorized data grabs on under 13s, and state laws like CCPA giving users opt-out and deletion rights. Extra collection for UK rules. Hello, lawsuits from Californians or Coloradans. Encryption is the biggest red flag. The Act lets Ofcom order scans of private messages, even end-to-end encrypted ones on WhatsApp or Signal. Companies like Signal threaten to exit the UK rather than build backdoors because weakening encryption globally exposes Americans too. US courts have blocked backdoor mandates. Remember the 2016 Apple FBI fight, citing privacy and security risks. The OSA tries to force what our government couldn't, inviting hackers, spies, or overreach. It's a betrayal of American sovereignty. Fines force overcompliance. Platforms preemptively scan, flag, and restrict to avoid Ofcom's wrath. Anonymity dies as age gates demand real IDs or selfies. Under US norms, that's invasive, especially when vague, harmful labels hit non-illegal content. Now the Protect the Children hook. The OSA targets preventing kids from harmful stuff, but definitions are loose and subjective. Since full child safety rules hit in July 2025, platforms panicked. Reddit's rollout was a disaster. UK users suddenly faced age verification via persona, upload ID photo or live selfie to access tons of subreddits. Not just porn, entire communities got locked. Forums on periods, quitting smoking, sexual assault support, world history, flags, even rickrolling got hit because platforms overblocked to stay safe. Particularly absurd, LGBTQ+ identity and support subreddits, like r/LGBT, our transgender UK, ended up behind these gates. Reports flooded in of users unable to read or post without handing over biometrics. Digital rights groups like EFF documented how harmful to children sweeps in queer discussions, mental health resources, or experiences, while similar straight content often slides by. This isn't about porn. It's overcautious moderation, tagging non-explicit, legal speech as risky. Here's where principle matters. You don't have to like LGBT plus lifestyles or activism. I get that some folks don't, myself included. But believing in freedom means people should access info, seek support, or talk anonymously without Big Brother deciding it's inappropriate. Many rely on private online spaces for advice, community, or just venting, especially if family or surroundings aren't supportive. Forcing ID checks risks outing people via data leaks or ties real identity to sensitive topics. That's not protection, it's surveillance that could harm vulnerable folks across the board. The same logic applies to everyone: whistleblowers, abuse survivors, political dissidents, or just people wanting private chats. Once platforms build these invasive systems, age gates, scanners, weaker encryption, they apply broadly and set precedents. VPNs let kids bypass anyway, pushing them to riskier spots, while adults lose privacy. It's a failure on safety and a win for control. This hits American laws hard. COPPA already regulates kid data. OSA forces more collection, risking FTC fines. CCPA and similar statutes let users fight excessive hoarding. The U.S. State Department criticized the OSA in human rights reports for chilling speech and privacy. EFF calls it a blueprint for repression, incompatible with E2EE and anonymity. Smaller sites suffer too. Some shut UK access rather than comply. Non-profits or startups divert resources from US users to UK mandates. It's economic overreach disguised as child safety. The irony: we have our own proposals like KOSA, but even critics say it's milder. No encryption mandates, free speech carve-outs. The OSA is an anvil. It ignores proportionality and evidence. Vulnerable groups get hammered hardest. Anonymity protects LGBTQ plus people exploring identity, but also conservatives in liberal spaces or anyone dodging harassment. The Act excludes those without IDs, immigrants, poor, elderly, clashing with US access principles. Globally, it's precedent-setting. If the UK succeeds, China or Russia copy it for backdoors. Authoritarians love child protection excuses for control. Ofcom can block non-compliant sites via app stores or payments. Some US platforms like Gab went dark in the UK. Bigger ones capitulate, eroding privacy everywhere. Bottom line, the OSA isn't safety. It's surveillance exported to Americans. It violates COPPA and CCPA by incentivizing data grabs, Fourth Amendment by enabling warrantless scans, and our sovereignty by dictating terms. Even if you dislike certain content, defending freedom means opposing laws that chill speech, kill anonymity, and force privacy invasions for all. We fight back with lawsuits, trade pressure, reciprocal rules. Don't let the UK violate our rights, because if they can target one group today, they can target yours tomorrow. Live free or get age-gated.